When she came into my life, my loneliness ended, and that same day, I slowly stopped being myself. It took me 3 years to really understand which one mattered more. I'm 82 years old, and I want to tell you something it took me years to admit to myself. When I was 67, I got a girlfriend. Everyone around me said it was wonderful. My son told me I was doing the right thing. My neighbors said it was about time. My friends patted me on the back like I had won something. For a while, I believed them. I thought I had fixed what was missing, but no one saw what was really happening. No one asked. For 3 years, I woke up every morning at 5:30. That's an old habit of mine. And every morning before I even opened my eyes, I felt something I had never felt before. It wasn't exactly sadness. It was quieter than that, something that made it hard to get out of bed. I couldn't name it. All I can tell you is this. The morning she left, I walked into my kitchen, made my coffee, sat in my old chair, and for the first time in 3 years, I felt alive. Back then, I didn't understand why. I'm not here to tell you relationships are bad. I'm not bitter. I'm not angry. I'm just an 82-year-old man who feels younger than his age and who learned something the hard way. And I would rather tell you now than have you spend your remaining years figuring it out the way I did. But before I tell you what I lost, and I did lose something I'm not sure I can fully get back, you need to understand who I was before she walked through that door. Because the man I was at 66, I'm still trying to find him. My wife, Carol, passed away in 2007, blood poisoning. From diagnosis to her death, it was 8 weeks. The doctor said it was quick. I suppose they meant that as comfort. For the next 2 years, I won't lie to you, I was like a ghost. I would walk into a room and forget why I was there. I'd open the refrigerator and stand there, staring, not remembering what I had come for. But then something changed. I'm a retired electrician. For 38 years, I ran wires through walls and solved problems with my own hands. So when something breaks, I fix it. That's what I tried to do with myself. I built a workshop behind my garage, a proper one, workbench, pegboard, good lighting. I started small, a birdhouse for the yard, a step stool for my daughter, then bigger things, a bookshelf, a dining table for my son. By the time I was 65, I had a routine that was entirely mine. Up at 5:30, no alarm needed. Coffee on the back porch for 20 minutes, no matter the weather. In the workshop by 7, work until noon, a sandwich, a short rest, then back to the shop. It sounds simple. It was. That was the point. I was content. Then my son started to worry. It began at Thanksgiving in 2012. Thomas looked at me across the table and paused. He had that sad look people get when they think something is wrong. "Dad," he said, "you seem lonely." I told him I wasn't. I told him I enjoyed my own company. He said, "You spend all day alone in that garage. That's not good." 3 weeks later, he called and said he had someone he wanted me to meet, a woman from his work. Her name was Diane, 63, a retired nurse, widowed 4 years earlier. "Just have coffee with her, Dad, just coffee, trust me." I said I would think about it. The truth is, I was happy. But there was a quiet loneliness inside me that I didn't show anyone. I'll admit that. What I didn't understand was what trying to fix it would cost me. Then my neighbor Phil got involved. One morning at the mailbox, he cornered me. "Life's too short to be alone, Walter," he said. "You should meet her." They spoke as if I were suffering, as if those mornings in my workshop were something to escape from. This is the part I want you to pay attention to. This is where I made my mistake. I started listening. When everyone agrees about something, you begin to wonder if maybe you're the one who can't see the truth. You start doubting your own happiness. It sneaks up on you. In January, on a Tuesday, I met Diane for coffee. She was warm, easy to talk to. She asked about my woodworking. She laughed at my stories. She talked about her grandchildren without making it dull. On the drive home, I felt good. Maybe this is good, I thought. Maybe Thomas is right. The second coffee became dinner. Dinner became twice a week. By April, everyone seemed relieved. Thomas called more often. And I'll be honest, the first few months were very nice. I felt something I hadn't felt in years. It wasn't quite love. It was simpler than that. It was being seen. But what I didn't understand then was this. She wasn't seeing the real me. She was seeing a version I was presenting. The man who shaved every day. The man who made dinner plans. The man who asked about her sister's health. The real me was still in the workshop at 7 in the morning, and that man was about to meet her, and she wasn't going to like him. The changes came quietly. Diane liked to talk in the mornings. Not just talk, think out loud. By 8 o'clock, she had told me about her youngest grandchild's school troubles, her neighbor's health, and a story she heard on the radio. I wanted to ask her if she ever paused for breath. I am not a man who speaks before 9 in the morning. That's not a flaw. That's just who I am. Carol understood that within 6 months. Diane never quite did. For her, silence meant something was wrong. She didn't like my workshop, though she never said so. She was too kind for that. Instead, around 10 o'clock, she would appear at the door. Just checking on you. Then she would stay. She asked careful questions. What's that for? Is it safe? How long will that take? They weren't cruel questions, but they broke my focus. They pulled me out of my rhythm. So I started going to the workshop earlier. Then she started coming earlier. Let me tell you something I've never said out loud. I wasn't angry at her. That's what made it so hard. She wasn't a bad person. She wasn't doing anything wrong. She was simply there. And I had built a life that needed solitude the way a body needs air. The breaking point came on a Wednesday morning in March, 3 years later. I woke at 5:30. She was still asleep. I made my coffee and stood at the window looking at the workshop, and I realized I didn't want to go inside. Not because I was tired, but because I knew she would wake up in an hour. Whatever I started would be interrupted. So why begin at all? I stood there while my coffee grew cold, and I asked myself, when did I stop wanting to go into my own workshop? I searched my memory. It had been over a year. I had stopped starting big projects, stopped waking up in quiet peace. Without ever deciding to, I had shrunk my life to fit someone else's presence. That's when I understood what I had lost. It wasn't the mornings. It wasn't the workshop. It wasn't the silence. It was my belief that my way of living was enough. For 3 years, I'd been told, gently, kindly, that I needed someone, that solitude wasn't enough, that my contentment was just hidden loneliness, and I began to believe it. 2 weeks later, I ended the relationship. It hurt. She asked what she had done wrong. I told her the truth, nothing. She had done nothing wrong. The mistake was mine. Thomas was disappointed. Phil judged me. But that first morning after she left, I woke at 5:30. There was nowhere to be, no one coming down the hall. I walked straight into my workshop. I put my hands on the workbench, and I stood there until noon. Not because I had something to build, but because I needed to know I still could. Let me tell you this: no matter your age, if the people around you tell you that you must have someone, that being alone means something is broken, that your quiet life needs fixing, question it. Not because love is bad, but don't choose company simply to avoid being alone. The fear of dying alone is real. I have felt it. But at 82, I know something I did not know then. Dying alone is not the worst thing. Living your final years as someone you no longer recognize, that is worse. When you are yourself, your mornings belong to you. Your silence belongs to you. Your workshop, your garden, even the coffee growing cold while you think. It is enough. Do not let anyone convince you otherwise. For me, at least now, it is enough.